What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jordan and I'm a first-year medical student in the state of New Jersey. So it is Wednesday afternoon right after class, and it's our second week of our current block. These first 2 weeks are a lot of hematology, so we're sort of wrapping that up. Monday we actually had off because it's President's Day, but yesterday we had some sessions on bleeding disorders. And then earlier today, we had a bunch of clinical skills sessions all around oral presentation. So we've already had sessions on how to write notes, but it's important to know how to present your patients to your residents and attendings. So we just had sessions on that, how you should structure everything, how long it should be, different kinds of oral presentations that you should give based on what service you're on. So all good information, but it was a pretty easy day. So right now I'm just getting some work done, and I'm actually going to just a Zoom meeting for my school's 3-year program. So my school and some other schools around the country offer 3-year programs instead of 4. Some of them are really specific. Some of them you have to say that you are going to go into primary care or something like that. My school and NYU do it a little different, where you kind of have choice of any specialty, but the caveat is it has to be within the school's network. So NYU, you have to do an NYU residency. Hackensack, you have to do a Hackensack residency. And at least at my school, they don't really limit the amount of students that can do that kind of program. Usually how it works is about a third of every class chooses to do the 3-year program at my school, but they wouldn't limit that. If every single person wanted to do it, they would be allowed to. Would there be enough residency spots? Maybe not, but there's no sort of limit on anything like that. I know NYU, they have it similar to other schools where you have to decide pretty much even before you start. Like, there's a secondary application saying that you want to do that, and I think you get accepted straight away because you're on sort of a different path. That's not the case at our school. You decide, I think it's like halfway through your second year if you want to commit to doing the 3-year program. So you have a little bit more time to figure it out. So why would someone want to do a 3-year program? Obviously, cuts down the time, 3 years instead of 4, so that's always nice. If you really know what you want to do, you're 100%, you want to be an OBGYN, you get to start that earlier. So you get to get into your career a year earlier. Who wouldn't want to do that? Other thing is the money aspect. Medical school is very expensive. So it cuts off a year of tuition, but not even that. You get to your attending salary 1 year earlier. So between saving 1 year of tuition, saving the interest on those loans if you have to take out loans, and getting to your attending salary a year earlier, the financial gain is pretty astronomical. You also have a lot less stress during the application process. You're really just applying to one program, and there's a lot less money involved. If you're applying to a competitive specialty, there's a good chance you're going to be applying to 80, 90, even 100 different programs, and you have to pay for every single one, obviously. So that can get really expensive. If you're doing this 3-year program, you're applying to 1 to maybe 3 residencies in our network. So a lot less expensive, just a lot less things to juggle. And then this can either be a plus or a minus for people. Since it's in our network, you have to stay in New Jersey. For some people, they would hate that. They want to move back to where they're from, or just explore different parts of the country. Some people might love it if they want to stay in this state, if they have a family here, if they just want to be around, their parents or whatever. So it's definitely a very individualized thing, and I think it's good that my school doesn't make you decide from day one, because you have a lot of stuff to think about. Not even from what specialty you want to do, but just all these other considerations. So I'll talk about the logistics of everything a little bit later, but I need to hop on this meeting. Alright, what's up everyone? It is Sunday night. Just finished up the week with anemia. Wasn't anything too special. Didn't really do much this weekend, but Mackenzie and I had a nice, relaxing Sunday. I went to the gym, she went to yoga, then we went to a kombucha bar, which was actually at the same yoga studio that she went to. Then we went and got breakfast, and then just kind of studied all day. But to get back into some of the more logistics about my school's 3-year program, because I think it's pretty unique. I haven't looked into a lot of the other programs in the country, but there might be like 1 or 2 other programs, period, that do it like us. So like I said, we don't have to decide until our second year for sure. It's like the spring of your second year, I think, is when you have to like 100% make the decision. So that means everyone is on the same track from day one. You go through your whole preclinical curriculum together, same way as everyone. Even your clerkships, we're all sort of on the same schedule. I think the best way to show you how everything is structured is to just pull up our academic calendar and kind of walk through it with you. Share my screen right now. So this is my cohort's academic calendar. So we started, this is our little orientation thing in July, and then we're just going through all of our classes together. Once again, everyone is on the same schedule, so even if you choose to do the 4-year program, you're still like doing it accelerated, if that makes sense. I think they do it just to make it a little easier on everyone, more logical. You know, everyone is going through the same classes at the same times. You know, med school isn't like college where like you get to pick like what classes you take this semester and that semester. Like everyone is taking the same classes at the same time. So yeah, like I said, this is our sort of M1 curriculum. First class, second class, third class. This is the class we're in right now. So it's this week right here, the second week of the developing human. We get a little spring break, and then our 5th class, it's really long. Then we get a spring break, and then our last 2 classes. So this is the start of rotations. So we start rotations of November of this year. This is 1 month of a transitional clerkship, so you're not really in your rotations. Sort of like a rotation boot camp almost. So we will be in the hospital a little bit, just kind of like learning what rounds are like, that kind of stuff. The way my school works with our rotations, you either do 6-week or 8-week rotations, and they're split up into, you'll do all of your 6 weeks first, and then your 8 weeks, or vice versa. So our 8 weeks are internal medicine, family medicine, and surgery. And then the 6 weeks are OBGYN, psych, neurology, and pediatrics. So that's why you see like these 2 different colors. It's to kind of show the difference in schedules, however yours kind of shakes out. So we have 20 months of these rotations. And then once we get to November of 2024, this is when we have step 1. So we actually take step 1 after our rotations, which is a little unique as well. Usually it happens in between your preclinical and your clinical curriculum, but I think schools who do this condensed curriculum like we do it after. One school, I haven't really looked into their curriculum, but Medical College of Georgia, I think, also has something really similar to us, and they take their step 1 after the rotations. I mean, step 1 is becoming a lot more clinical, so I think it'll help having that extra time just to learn stuff in the hospital. Things tend to stick a lot better when you see it on a real patient versus just like reading about it in a question or a textbooks. Anyways, so yeah, everyone takes step 1 in this little block at the end of rotations at the end of this year. And then this area, this advanced clinical rotations, same thing, everyone has to do this. And one of these 4-week blocks will be reserved for step 2. I believe if you're doing the 3-year program, you have to do step 2 before, it might be March 1st. They want you to do it before you match, basically, just to make sure you passed it and everything like that. So yeah, this area is like all of our electives. Like I said, one of these 4-week blocks has to be step 2, and then other ones, like we have to do 2 weeks of critical care, 1 sub-internship, which is a 4-week block, and then 2 elective rotations, which are the other 4 weeks. So basically, this is like your last little bit of medical school if you're doing the 3-year program. After this blue line, you're done, because you find out where you match like most people in March, and then you're done. You're starting residency in this July section right here. So if you're doing the 4-year program, you're doing all the same stuff as your 3-year counterparts, but once this comes around, all of this orange is what we call phase 3, which phase 3 for people who are doing a 3-year program is residency, but you're kind of gone at that point. But phase 3 for people who are doing the 4th year, it's completely up to you. You can do a lot of research if you want. You can get an MBA, MPH, anything like that. You can just do a lot of elective rotations for whatever specialty you want to do, a lot of away rotations if you're doing something competitive. You can choose to do something unique, like a big community project. It's really up to you. So that's one of the big reasons I picked this school, is because there's so much flexibility. If I wanted to end up doing something 3-year, there's all those positives that I already listed earlier in the video. If I want to do the 4-year, then I just get a lot of flexibility and I can do a lot of whatever I want during my 4th year. If I want to get an MBA, I can. If I want to do a lot of research to make myself more competitive for like orthopedic surgery or plastic surgery or something, then it's really easy to do. I am leaning away from the 3-year program just because I'm pretty sure I want to do orthopedic surgery. We do have an orthopedic residency here, but it's not available for the 3-year program yet because it just started this year. Who knows if they're going to allow that, but I'm kind of doubting it. We do have a dermatology residency, but once again, that's not available for the 3-year program, just because with some of those competitive specialties, they want someone with 4 years of experience instead of just 3, which I totally understand, especially for something like surgery where, students who are doing a traditional 4-year, for ortho, they're probably doing at least 4 different orthopedic surgery rotations, 1 at their home program and maybe 2 to 3 away rotations. So they have so much more ortho experience than they would if they just did a 3-year program. So I understand, like, if you're doing something competitive, you want people to have a little bit more experience. So with that being said, I probably won't end up doing the 3 years, so 4th year will be kind of up to me. But I'm definitely going to try to interview some of my classmates who are choosing the 3-year program just to get their thoughts and why they picked it, if they came to this school specifically for that reason, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments if you want to see more about this 3-year curriculum. That is going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like below and subscribe if you want to see videos like this in the future. Thanks, and I will see you in the next one.